is such a country of contrasts. Ancient and exotic, it's a magnet for tourists. And in recent years, it's announced it's open for business across the globe, bringing in new wealth and a growing middle class. But alongside this wealth exists another India, one made up of tens of millions of destitute children and families. They live along India's vast railway network in slums. And these are their stories.
मेरे पिताजी मुझे जला दिए थे इसलिए मैं भागा घर से कभी कभी भीख मांगता था और
मैं 12 दिन का था तो मेरी मम्मी मर गई थी तो मुझे मेरी बड़ी मम्मी पाली वाली पोसी तो वहाँ मैं काम करता था तो पढ़ा लिखा नहीं था स्टेशन पे मेरे घर बहुत प्रॉब्लम थी
बच्चे गायब ना होते हैं इसमें लड़कियां ज़्यादा गायब करने ज़्यादा वही प्रभावती.
It's estimated that there are over 11 million homeless children in India. Many could think a problem of this magnitude is too great to ever try to make a difference. But making a difference is exactly what this film is about. I first went to India in 2007 and it was to meet Ravi Rai Manas. He's a man who believes unwaveringly in the possibility of positive change. We spent 3 weeks that time documenting his work and filming the stories of some of the children he worked with. In 2015 I returned. It was to find out what had happened to those children I'd filmed nearly a decade earlier and to further document Ravi's work. What began as a simple plan to use his ancestral home as a haven for 20 to 30 children has grown to 4 homes spanning the large North India state of Uttar Pradesh. Each home is called Apna Ghar, which means my home.
I was born in Singapore and my parents were living there. When I was a child, my father used to bring us from Singapore to India to my ancestral village. He wanted us to get exposure of the life in India. It was kind of shock for me to see a lot of children barefooted without proper clothes even in winter. In the beginning it was like, when I helped these children, which were of my age, I feel very good about it. As I grew up, it became deeper and deeper. And then it was like, I came to a conclusion like, my purpose of life will be like, helping the children. When, I told my father that, I will be returning to India with all my savings and I don't have an intention to get married. I had a lot of fear in me that he will be disappointed, but he just paused for a while and then he stand up and he hugged me and he told me that I am really very proud of you that one of my child have chosen this path. We have many people who are landless in the village. They work as a laborer in the big cities in India. Usually the mother is alone at home or sometimes both of them, the husband and wife, both of them are working and children are like, looking after their younger siblings. They don't have the opportunity to go to school. The parents are also, they don't understand the importance of education. So it's a kind of cycle which goes on, from parents to children and again back to the next generation. They are like very poor people and if they have some medical issues or somebody dies in the family, they borrow money and and the interest is so high that they are not able to pay and they are like in a trap. Yeah, and the children are the biggest victim of it. Yeah, so the children usually what they do if there is no support, not enough food at home, they go to work in a small town because they can't get employment in the village, or they go to the cities to work there and they are exploited there.
The city of Gorakhpur is a magnet for impoverished families and children from surrounding villages. They arrive seeking employment and a better way of life. But this rarely translates into reality. The railway station becomes their next option. It's a place to perhaps get some menial work. Otherwise they can beg or steal, and all too often they become drug addicted.
At the railway station, it's really tough, yeah. For the children, when they are young, they can beg and they can get some money. When they are by the age of 10, people don't, feel like giving them, or maybe the children don't appeal to them, yeah. And that's when the children they choose the path of crime. They start stealing things, because they are hungry. There is a very high chance of them being delinquent. Yeah, they start using drugs and alcohol, cigarettes. Yeah. Many times the children are caught by the police and they are put into jails, into juvenile homes. Yeah, it's a nursery for criminals. The railway station and the streets. Yeah, they learn all the crime from there. Flesh trade is also going on the railway station. So all this kind of things which they should not know, they should not be exposed at that tender age, they are exposed to, and definitely it has a very bad impact on them. तो तुम क्या करते हो स्टेशन पे?
हम भीख मांगते हैं।
भीख मांगते हो? अच्छा, कितने दिन से?
एती चिपी से हेकला बराबर।
अच्छा। तो तुम इसका ऑपरेशन कराना चाहते हो? और क्या करते हो स्टेशन पे?
झाड़ू मारते हैं ट्रेन में।
अच्छा।
The Apna Ghar at Gorakhpur is home to dozens of boys with stories similar to these ones.
घर पे तुम्हारे क्या हुआ? क्यों तुम छोड़ दिए घर?
घर पर मेरे पापा पुलिस वाले हैं।
अच्छा, ओके।
वो शराब पीते हैं।
हाँ।
इस वजह से मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता।
तो क्या तुमको लगता है, क्या चीज़ तुमको घर पे नहीं अच्छा लगता है?
मेरा एक्सीडेंट हो गया तब से मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है।
अच्छा, क्या कैसे एक्सीडेंट कैसे हो गया?
ट्रेन से हो गया था।
एक्सीडेंट के बाद क्या तुम्हारे घर वाले तुमसे अच्छे से बात नहीं करते थे या क्या हो गया, क्यों तुम छोड़ने लगे?
हमारे एक्सीडेंट के बाद हमारे पापा देखभाल नहीं करने लगे, मुझे छोड़ दिए।
क्या तुमको गाली वाली भी देते थे क्या एक्सीडेंट?
गाली देते थे, फिर उसके बाद दोबारा मेरा एक्सीडेंट हो गया था बाइक से।
अच्छा।
ये मेरा यहाँ से हल्का सा हाथ चला गया था।
अच्छा, कै साल हो गया तुमको इधर उधर घूमते हुए?
मुझे इधर उधर घूमते हुए 7 साल हो गया।
जब तुम बाहर घूमते रहते थे इधर उधर, तो खाना पीना कैसे तुमको मिलता था, क्या करते थे?
खाना पीना खाने के लिए हम किसी और से मांग लेते थे।
अच्छा। क्या हुआ था तुमको कि अपना घर में तुमको आना पड़ा?
मेरे पिताजी मुझे जला दिए थे, इसलिए मैं भागा घर से।
और फादर क्यों, तुम्हारे पिताजी तुमको क्यों जलाना चाहते थे?
मेरे पिताजी इसलिए मुझे जलाए क्योंकि उन्हें ज़मीन जायदाद चाहिए था, इसलिए। मेरे पिताजी शराब पीते थे, इसलिए मेरे मम्मी के पास ज़मीन था, इसीलिए जलाना चाहे ताकि हम शराब पी सकें। मैं घर से भागा तो अपने नरकंडिया का जिस पे स्टेशन में था, तो सप्त क्रांति गाड़ी से मैं दिल्ली में आया था।
क्या करते थे स्टेशन पे? कुछ मांगते थे, कुछ बेचते थे, क्या करते थे?
मैं स्टेशन में ना कभी कभी भीख मांगता था और कभी कभी किसी के होटल में काम। हाँ, मुझे खराब लगता था जब कोई आता था, इसलिए मैं रुमाल बांध लेता था।
After coming to Apna Ghar, Surya had an operation to repair as much as possible of the damage to his face. But unless someone intervenes, India's railway children have no access to any form of medical care.
Children on the streets or even in the village, when I get them, they have a lot of disease, because of malnutrition or because of the unhygienic condition they live in. Yeah.
The illnesses these children suffer are directly related to poverty. They're mostly preventable and often can be easily treated. But medical care and life choices are luxuries for the families and abandoned children who live out their lives in these slums. With such limited choices, it's the children who become particularly vulnerable to exploitation. And all this feeds into the continual growth in child trafficking across India, especially with young girls who are sold by girl traders.
Girls are like, they have no future on the street, Everybody knows, about the percentage of rape happening in India, and the condition of women and girls in India, yeah.
ज्योति कहीं गई थी, उसको हम बोला के ले आए थे। उसके बाद उसको 3 औरत ले गई बेचने के लिए। उससे हम कहे थे ज्योति तुम मत जा इसके साथ, ऐसा लड़की बेचने वाली है। कहे तुमसे मतलब किया, वो बेचेगी चाहे कुछ भी करेगी, तुम कौन हो बोलने वाली। हम घर चले आए, वो सब मौका पा गई, उसको ले गए भारत में बेचने, उसको बेच दिए। एक औरत थी, उसको हम पकड़े, वो थाने पर उसको हम ले गए, यहाँ पर गुना थाने पर ले गए।
Partway through this interview, this lady asked Ravi to take another child she'd found abandoned as a newborn baby.
आई लड़की लवारिस है,
अच्छा,
छोटा सा, छोटा सा जो
क्या नाम है बेटा?
झोला
बबीता।
झोला में थी ने, तो जैसे हमारा काजल गोदी में थी, झोला में थी। इसको ले के दिए, और शौचालय पर इसको हम दूध या पत्ती मंगाए, गर्म पानी मंगाए, इसको नार कटवा के इसको हम दिए पाले के।
Life in the slums is harsh and tough choices are made for survival. There's a good chance if she had stayed with this woman, then this young girl would also have been sold into the sex trade.
At the railway stations, you can see a girl until the age of 8 or 9. After that, the girl disappears somewhere. Yeah. So we suspect they are sold somewhere or they are trafficked somewhere.
When we were last in India, we filmed 2 young girls, Sarita and Simon. Ravi had been working with the girls to try to offer them a future outside of stealing and prostitution.
Suman and Sarita, both of them were very bright girls. Sarita was also doing very well at our homes until one day, one boy from the railway station, not boy, he was a man actually, somehow he was able to influence her. So she went and, this guy was using her as a prostitute. He was, simply sending her to other men, and she was, even stealing and snatching things at the railway station,
दिनेश पे चली गई। धीरे धीरे वो अच्छा खासा कमाते खाते थे सब, और मतलब कि उन लोगों की ऐसा व्यवहार हो गया, मतलब बहुत दिन तक वो सब साथ साथ रहने लगे। उसके बाद ये सब का गलत नेचर आ गया, नशा करने लगे सब। और किसी किसी से मतलब पैसा भी लेती थी तो ले करके भाग जाती थी, बोलती थी कि चलो हम आ रहे हैं, आपसे हम पैसा ले लिए, आपसे बोले भैया हम आ रहे हैं। उसके बाद वो बीमार पड़ गई। अब कुछ ऐसा ही हो गया, मतलब हम उसका HIV टेस्ट भी कराए थे, उसको HIV टेस्ट भी कराए थे, तो यही सदर में तो कराए थे, तो उसको मतलब HIV पॉजिटिव निकली। वो बच्चा होते गए, खाना पीना पाई नहीं, शरीर घटता गया, वो दूबली पतली होती गई। धीरे धीरे उसका शरीर डाउन हो गया। तो बाद में सरिता का बहुत ज़्यादा तबीयत ख़राब हो गया, तो ये स्मैक पिया, उसको पिलाया, उसके साथ गलत फलत जो करना था किया हुआ, और उसके 1-2 घंटे के बाद वो मर गई।
उसके बच्चों का क्या हुआ?
उसके बच्चा, एक ठो बच्चों को बेच दिया, एक ठो तो उसकी नानी उठा ले गई, तो सहारनपुर में है।
Her husband, even after she died, he collected some money, some donations, to do her cremation, and he even didn't do the cremation. He just dumped her body in the river and he just came back with the money. And Suman, on the other hand, 1 or twice she ran away, but she come back after 1 or 2 days only. And then she continued living with us, and we helped her to get an employment. She was working in a hospital as an assistant nurse, and she met somebody, and she wanted to get married, and we helped and supported her in a wedding, and we are still in touch with her, and she have a child and a happy husband, and a happy family. She is living a good life now. शादी के बाद कहाँ रही, क्या हुआ?
लुधियाने में रहे हैं, और यहाँ घर पे अपने रहे हैं, कुछ दिन लखनऊ में रहे हैं।
वहाँ पे क्या करती हो? वहाँ पर अपने गांव पे
अपने खाना अपना घर वो करते हैं,
खेती का। और कुछ करना चाहती हो गांव में? क्या
हाँ, स्कूल खोलना चाहते हैं।
और एक दुकान भी बता दो।
एक दुकान और एक स्कूल, अपना दुकान और एक स्कूल।
तुमको अपना भविष्य कैसा दिखता है?
अब आपका हाथ रहेगा तो ठीक ही रहेगा।
We also met up with Pooja. Back in 2007, she was a traumatised little girl who bravely described for us how she'd watched her mother die after she was stabbed. That haunted child is hard to recognise in the happy young woman she's grown into. Before we left India, we had one last home to visit, the Apna Ghar in Delhi. Last time we were here, Ravi hadn't taken over the dilapidated building that was to become his fourth home. A disused goods shed donated by the Railway Authority, the home sat beside Shadara slum, a stretch of land that housed hundreds of desperately poor families.
When I went to Delhi, just outside my home were about 300 children and many families living, on the streets. So it was very overwhelming for me, and I was like, for a moment I was a bit hesitant whether I will be able to, operate a home here, because I saw there's a big need there, and so many children started already coming. We were not able to put even one brick. And so many of them were so much enthusiastic and so much of hope they had that, okay, there's a home going to be constructed there. Yeah. Asbestos sheets were removed and metal sheets were done. We have a false ceiling there to cut the temperature. Yeah, all the rooms are very nicely done, and children are staying there.
The slum still exists beside the home, and it's with these families that Ravi focuses his work in Delhi.
कल सुबह चाय बनाई, उसी चाय में हाथी डाल दी भगोने के अंदर।
देखो ऐसा है ना, ये मामूली चोट नहीं है, इसका हाथ जा सकता है, तो मैं बता रहा हूँ। तुम अगर चाहो एक आदमी साथ जाओ तो हम दवा का पूरा पैसा हम लोग खर्च कर देंगे। नहीं, रेन बसेरा नहीं, ये हम लोग का है अपना घर। हाँ।
ये कितने नंबर है बाबू?
वहाँ पे रहते हैं, मैनेजर है वहाँ पे। Delhi was like, the main difficulty I had was there are a lot of what do you call it, the trapped children. Yeah, I mean, there are children living on the street with their so-called parents. I don't know whether they are the real parents. These parents are like, asking the child to go for begging, go for rack picking, or put them into a tea stall to wash dishes. Yeah, and they are just outside my home. I can't ignore them. You see, yeah. So I always meet them, even they don't respond to my offer. I just keep on going. Yeah, and we are able to change some of the children. Yeah. दोनों आदमी आओ, इसको भी तुम भी आओ, आप चलो बाहर निकलो। They are going to school and they have changed. We have to be a bit flexible with their timings, because in the morning they want to go for rack picking, they want to go for begging. So we change our timings, you see, let them come into our homes, let them come to attend the class. Even they are coming for 1-2 hours, let them come and feel the difference in the way of living. Yeah.
While we were in Delhi, I caught up with one last child I'd filmed previously, Vinud. When we first interviewed him as a 14-year-old boy, I asked him what he wanted to do when he grew up.
पढ़ लिख कर अच्छा बन के फिर अपना घर की सहायता का और भी बच्चे वैसा
पिछली बार जब ये तुमसे मिली थी 2007 में, उस समय तुम पढ़ते थे, उसके बाद से फिर तुमने क्या किया?
उसके बाद से फिर लखनऊ में भी कुछ पढ़ाई की थी 2-3 साल लखनऊ में पढ़ाई की थे लखनऊ के बाद फिर दिल्ली में रहा मैंने दिल्ली में जैसा यहाँ कुछ बच्चों को पढ़ाना उनाना और या तो खुद अपना भी पढ़ना उसके बाद काम वाम भी करता था जैसा बच्चों को कोई मेडिकल दिखाने का या कोई काम रहता था बच्चों को कोर्ट वोट पेश करने का ऐसे काम करते थे और घर पे आते थे तो जैसे बच्चे हैं शरारत ना करें उन्हें देखना या अपने करियर में रखना उसे समझाना कि कैसे रहना कैसे यहाँ बच्चे रहते हैं उसी तरह आप भी रहो हर बच्चे के जैसे था।
अभी मतलब अभी काम करते हो?
अभी हाँ हम अपना घर में काम करते हैं यही बच्चों को शिक्षा देते हैं कि हम लोग की तरह तुम लोग भी आगे बढ़ो और भी बच्चों का करियर आगे बढ़ाया जाए और पढ़ लिख करके अपने घर के सहयोग से अपना घर का आगे नाम रोशन किया जाए।
और क्या करते हो क्या काम तुमको यहाँ करना पड़ता है?
यहाँ पे जैसा मेडिकल हो गया बच्चा कोई तबीयत ख़राब हो गया तो उसे भेजना रहता है हॉस्पिटल में दिखाना रहता है हॉस्पिटल लेके जाते हैं फिर हॉस्पिटल से डॉक्टर जिसको देखता है दवा देता है तो बताता है कि इसको ऐसे खिलाना है जो दिक्कत रहती है बच्चे का करियर हम ही देखते हैं।
Many children they run away of their home because the condition in their home is not good. Yeah, there's domestic violence. Most of them are from very poor families. Some of the children are even abandoned by their families because the parents couldn't support them. Yeah. In this part, they go to Delhi and then they are on the streets. Yeah. I think more work is needed to be done in this aspect. There's a lot of good programs which the Indian government have. Yeah. The problem of the good schemes in India is the implementation. The government officer must be sensitized because I feel like some government officers they are not sensitive enough. They see these children as part of their landscape. Yeah, and many of them they think that they will be here forever. It's a non-ending story. Yeah. But I think if the political willingness is there and the government have such good schemes and everybody work together, the problem of street children in India can be solved. A lot of people ask me, they talk about my sacrifice. But I always tell them that it's not a sacrifice actually. Actually, I am gaining a lot from them. Yeah, and sometimes I feel like they can live without me, but I can't live without them.